Okay, so hello everybody.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
Right, and it's the weekend finally.
Yes,
So
finally.
today we're going to have a focused activity about the weekend. My name is Alex, and today I'm here with Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hello, hi, guys.
So, we both teach in Milano Meravigli. So, if you are also from Milano Meravigli, please drop a line in the comments and tell us who you are and where you're from.
And
Also,
also tell us where else you are from in Italy, where you are listening from, your names, what do you do if you're a student or if you work. So please let us know who you guys are. So Alex, where are you from?
so I am half American and half Italian. So I am bilingual. I speak American and Italian.
Okay.
And I live in Milan. Where are you from, Richard?
I'm originally from Wales in the UK. So I am Welsh and I also live in Milan. Okay. And I have lived in Milan for 4.5 years. Yeah, about 4.5 years. And Alex, do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have a sister. And just a quick hello to Barbara. She is also
Hi,
from
Barbara.
Milan.
Ah,
Welcome. And yes, it's glad to see you here. So, do you have, where is Richard from? I don't understand. So, Richard, can you repeat,
y-
please?
yeah, I'm from Wales. In the UK, you have four countries. You have England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. In Italian, Galles. Io Gallese. Eh? So, so I am Welsh. I'm not English, thankfully. I am Welsh. And so you said you had one sister, Alex.
Yes, I have one sister and she lives in Milan also. Do you have
Oh,
a
okay.
sister?
Yes, I also have a sister. She lives in England. She is younger than me. Okay. And she is a teacher in a primary school.
Another
And
teacher.
yeah, and she teaches music. She's a music teacher. Uh, and your sister?
My
Is your
sister?
sister a teacher?
No, my sister isn't a teacher. My sister creates jewelry.
Ah, very nice. Okay. She makes the jewelry or just designs the jewelry?
She produces it. She's
Ah,
in the research and development of jewelry.
and also in Milan she lives.
Yes, she lives in Milan. So,
Okay.
to everybody who is listening today, so first of all, we're glad you're here and tell
Yes.
us just quickly your name and where you're from.
Okay.
So,
And in the meantime, we will start the focus activity. So,
right.
as Alex said, this focus activity is called At the Weekend. which is now, which we thought would be a good focus for this Saturday afternoon. So let's have a look, Alex, what we are going to look at in this focus.
Okay, so in this focus activity, we're going to look at weekend activities, things we do at the weekend. And we are going to look at some grammar, so questions, and the third person. So when we talk about he, she, or it.
Okay. And guys, when we look at the questions, if you want to give us some answers also, please do. Please feel free to join in.
Right.
Okay, so let's have a look at the questions, Alex. Okay, we will answer them first. And guys, like I said, please join in. So, Alex, what do you usually do at the weekend? The weekends aren't usual at the moment, but let's think it's a usual weekend. What do you do?
Well, at the weekend, I usually relax. So I maybe work out, I do exercises, and then I maybe clean my face, do some beauty procedures, and pamper myself. To pamper means to take care of yourself. Then I usually read, so I might read a book or look at some websites, and I might clean the house just a little bit so everything is nice and clean. What do you do in the weekend?
Usually we do the shopping, of course. We go to Esselunga and do a big shop for the week because there are 4 of us in our family. Okay. And like you, Alex, I do some cleaning. And normally I use the weekend to play with my children, play some games with my children, maybe help them with some activities, and we sometimes go to the park. Okay, I could see Barbara.
Yes.
What did Barbara say?
Barbara says that she plays a sport. So
okay.
That's a nice activity to do in the weekend, correct?
Which sport do you play, Barbara?
Yes,
let us know which sport. Yeah. And what else?
And she asks us how to translate palestra. So
palestra is a gym, no?
Yes, you can say you go to the gym, for example, or you can also say an activity you do in the gym, which is what I said before, to work out.
Perfect. Very good. Gym is the place.
Yes.
Yeah, not the activity. So you don't say I do gym. Yeah, or I play gym. No. Gym is the place, is the building. So you go to the gym, and in the gym, or at the gym, you can work out, as Alex said, you can do exercise, or maybe if it's more specific, you can use then the activity I do Pilates or
yoga.
Yoga, or I do weightlifting. Yeah, if you lift in weights. So very good. Yeah, palestra is the gym, is the place.
So
okay, let's have.
So Richard, we have a question for you. Actually, how old are your children?
Nice question. Thanks, guys. My daughter is 5, and my son, on the 23rd of April, so in 2 weeks, is going to be 2.
Oh, sweet bunny.
So 5 and 2. So, guys, as you can see, yes.
Small children and quarantine. What a nice combination.
Small children in quarantine, small children in the lockdown. I could write the book. Yeah.
Surviving the lockdown.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, but they're great.
Yes, they are lovely. I've seen them and they're lovely.
This is maybe one bonus, one good thing about the lockdown. You can see your children, all day. So it's a bonus.
Yes, they are.
Okay. So Alex, go on.
Do you usually stay at home or go out? So let's imagine that we're not in a lockdown. What would you usually do?
Both, really. We usually go to the supermarket. Normal weekend, we spend a little bit of time at home. We go to the park with the children, and but some weekends we actually go out of Milan.
Mm-hmm. How do you call that? How can you say that in a different way? To go out of the city for a trip.
I leave the city.
Yes, you leave the city, or you do a day trip.
Yes, a day trip. Yes, of course. Yes, we go on. We do go on some day trips. We are very lucky in Milan because we are near a lot of lakes. You have Lake Como, Lake Garda, Lago Maggiore. So we normally go somewhere like that, or you have the mountains. And as I said, we go to the park. And what about you, Al? You stay at home or go out?
I think I do both. So
Yeah.
I try to go out a lot. I like to go to the Ticino Park, for example, on my bicycle. So I go cycling, or I go to the Adda River, always cycling. And at night, I might go out for a concert or for a drink with my friends, both. So I try to stay out a lot.
You don't have children.
Right. No, I have a very big cat. I have a very big cat. And yes, so I try to stay out, and maybe on Sunday I might stay more at home, like I said, to clean the house, relax, and listen to music, things like that.
Okay. Let's have a look at the last question. So you said you do a bit of both, Alex. Do you prefer an active weekend or a relaxing weekend?
I like both. I might alternate them. So maybe one weekend is more active. We do day trips, or we go cycling in the park. And maybe the next weekend is more relaxed. We visit our relatives or our parents, and just stay at home, eat good food, relax, things like cook, prepare things.
Okay.
And
All right.
do you prefer being active or relaxed?
Like you both, if I've had a busy week, maybe I prefer to relax. A day like today, normally I would prefer to be active because it's a beautiful day when the weather's nice. It's good to get in the car and drive out of Milan into the countryside. But of course, if it's raining, we stay in and watch a film or something like that. Okay, so let's look at the next screen where we're going to look at some activities which we do at the weekend.
Just one thing. As you noticed before on the slide, we say at the weekend. So the preposition we use is at. And Barbara's saying that she stays in Milan and she goes running on Saturday and on Sunday. So
Perfect.
with days of the week, we use the preposition on. So very well done, very healthy.
Could we use another preposition with the weekend?
During.
Yeah. Also on.
On the weekend.
Yes. And the difference is that at is used in Britain, it's British English, and on is American English.
Right, correct.
So if you do hear people say on the weekend, it's correct, or you could say at the weekend, which is also correct. Okay, so here we have some activities and we have an exercise to do. We have to match the words to the correct verb. Okay, and first of all, Alex, would you like to read the words so we can listen to the pronunciation?
Of course. So, newspapers, movies, shopping, magazines, TV, soap operas, for a walk, to the beach, running, books, out, films, and the countryside.
Perfect. Okay, great pronunciation, Alex. In those words, in those set of words, there are two words there which are the same. They are synonyms of each other.
Exactly.
But they are two separate words. Guys, can you think which two words have the same meaning there?
Let's see.
Any ideas?
What is soap operas? We will get to the meaning of soap operas in just a second.
Yeah. Okay, the two words that are the same are movies and films.
Yes,
okay?
Exactly.
Exactly the same. One is American, one is British. Movies is American
Barbara,
English.
very well done.
And Barbara had it? Perfect. Okay, and films is American. Soap operas. Soap operas, Alex, is that in the theater or on the television?
It's on the TV.
Right.
So soap operas are series that are TV series with generally a love story, a very complicated love story. They started in the 80s and they were TV series that housewives would follow at home.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
they are shown every day normally, or 2 or 3 times a week, and this is a continuation. You have a location and some characters, and we follow the life story of those characters every day or 3 times a week. Maybe you guys know Il Segreto. Il
or
Segreto,
beautiful,
yeah, The Bold and the Beautiful.
the bold
Il
and the beautiful.
yeah, Il Segreto is a Spanish soap opera, which is very popular in Italy.
Yes.
And yes, it's very popular in Italy. Okay, I think the guys should be okay with these words. We have Barbara's activity there running. Okay. And the countryside, Alex. Where is the
Right.
countryside? Is it in the city?
No, the
No.
countryside is outside the city. So we can say that is the country. So I go to the countryside, and I can also, for example, say seaside when I go to a place that is on the sea. So if something's in the country, I can say the countryside.
Yeah. And of course, the countryside is very green, a lot of trees, a lot of plants. If you think of Tuscany, Toscana, with a lot of fields, yeah, it's the countryside. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's have a look. We are going to start with newspapers, and we are going to go down each word. Okay, so with newspapers, Alex, which verb do you think we use?
So with newspapers, we read. We read newspapers.
Perfect. Okay. Movies, guys, what do you think we use with movies? Do we read movies? Nah.
We use our eyes, so the
Yeah.
verb is to watch. We watch movies.
Perfect. Okay. Next one, shopping. We would use the verb to go. Go shopping. You go shopping, or you can also say you go to the shops. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Magazines, Al.
Magazines, again, we use our eyes, so the verb is to read.
Perfect. Great. TV, guys, like movies, of course, it's something you use your eyes, but we don't read a TV, okay? You watch the TV,
Correct.
okay? So, Alex, the soap operas we said are on a
It's a TV
TV.
series,
Yeah,
so it's
so,
on the TV, and we watch soap operas.
okay. Go for a walk.
Exactly.
I actually just said it, sorry. For a walk. It's sometimes, guys, it's so natural because you.
Right, you go for a walk.
Yeah, you go for a walk. The verb we use with walk is to go. Okay. Next one,
And
Alex.
we go to the beach.
Perfect. Right. Running, Barbara. Any ideas, Barbara? Are you still there? Do you want to try this one? It's your hobby. It's your activity. No? Yes?
Well,
Okay.
she got close when she sent us a message, so the verb is is to go running. To go running. You don't do running, you go running. Go as a
Perfect.
movement. And she's asking us, how do you say to read newspapers online? Exactly like you just said. So
Very
you
good.
can read newspapers online. Perfect.
That's great. Fantastic, Barbara. Exactly correct. I read newspapers online.
Yes, I also.
I think maybe all of us do now. Okay. Books, of course, are similar to magazines, newspapers. Yeah, we use our eyes to read books, of course.
Right? And if without, you go out.
Perfect. When you leave the house, you go out. Films, as we said before, films is a synonym of movies. Okay, movies is under the category of watch. So same for films, we watch films. And the last one, countryside, Alex.
You go to the countryside. So we add the preposition to.
Okay. Perfect.
Very good. So if there are words that you don't understand, remember, Barbara, we have to add the preposition to. I go to a place. So for example, I go to the shops, I go to the countryside, I go to work, I go to the post office, and so on. So when there is a place, we use actually this. So like you can see in the banner, I go to a place, or I go for plus noun, I go for a walk. Or I can say I go running. So with a verb plus ing.
Perfect. Very good, Alex. Well done. Thank you for the explanation. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I would just add one thing. Under watch, we could watch a football match.
Right.
Or you could watch a tennis game. Yes. So we could use it with sport when we are the person, we are the spectator.
Yeah, we're not playing.
Yes,
we're watching.
We're watching. Okay. Okay, Alex, we're going to look at some more questions. Okay, and we're going to ask and answer these questions. So let's have the first question. Okay, Alex, you said you had a sister who lives in Milan, and your parents also live in Milan. When you meet your family at the weekend, what do you usually do with your family?
Well, we normally have lunch together. So, for example, I go to my sister's house, and my mother also comes, and we have lunch together.
Oh, and your sister cooks?
Sometimes she cooks, or sometimes I cook, or sometimes my mother cooks. We all like to cook.
Who's the best cook?
We don't say that. There could be consequences.
Diplomatic, very good. Okay.
And what do you usually do with your family? You said you go to the park?
Yeah, we go to the park. You'll have to excuse the bells. We go to the park, so the children can play, get fresh air. We like to take the children to different places near Milan, just so they can see different things.
Good.
My daughter likes going to the lakes. She does like the lakes, so we may try and go to a place by the lake. And if we go somewhere like that, we would normally go to a restaurant for lunch, and after lunch, have a look at the town, take them to a playground, and just spend time with
in
the family.
good company. Exactly.
Yes.
So this is the meaning of in good company. When you are with somebody and you have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. And Barbara is asking me what do I cook? So well, I cook a lot of things. Sometimes we have a brunch, so I cook pancakes because pancakes are very American. And so we have pancakes and maybe scrambled eggs. So when you mix the egg, and it's not frittata, but it's scrambled, all broken. And I like to eat a lot of ethnic food. So, for example, I cook couscous, or I cook, what else is strange? I like to cook Thai food, or simply pasta or lasagna or things like that. So yeah, a lot of things.
You cook Italian?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like making the ragu. So I make my own ragu. I make my own pesto. I love to make the carbonara. Things like that.
So, guys, after the lockdown, we're going to Alex's for lunch. Yeah.
You're all invited. We can have a barbecue.
I'm hungry now. Okay. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Barbara, for the question.
Yes, lovely.
Let's look at question 2.
Yes.
Okay. What do you usually do with your best friend at the weekend, Alex? Do you have a best friend in Milan?
I have luckily more than one best friend. So some of them have children. So now I'm hungry, me too. So a lot of my friends have children. So sometimes we meet at my house because I have a small garden and they can play. So yes, we spend time together. Maybe we have a barbecue or we just have fun.
Okay.
And do you have a best friend, Richard?
I don't have any friends.
Oh, come on, you have me.
I don't have any. All right then. Actually, my best friend, I have 2 best friends. They both live in the UK.
Okay.
But we do. I'll change the question a little bit. We meet we do have friends. Yes. Which also have children, of course. So we normally meet with them again in the summer, which I think is great. We normally meet in the park have a picnic, which we all enjoy. In the winter, maybe like you do with your family, Alex, we sometimes meet in each other's houses for lunch or maybe an aperitif or pizza or something. And also we meet at restaurants,
Right.
child-friendly restaurants.
Right. Somehow Italians always end up speaking about food, is it? Especially at 12:35.
It's great. Okay, let's have a look at the last question. Well, similar, Alex, really to number
Yes.
2. But who do you like going out with at the weekend?
Well, sometimes I just go out with. We have Lisa with us. Hi, Lisa. That's beautiful. So this one's for you, Richard.
Okay. We're all your friends, Richard. Thank you very much.
So after the quarantine, you're not coming to my house. We're all going to Richard's place.
Come to my house.
Right.
You can babysit, guys, and then I go out. Yeah,
Right.
that sounds good. Then I can go out
That's
with my
what a
friends.
friend does, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You come here, I go out, babysitters. Fantastic.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
who do you
like
go out
to
with?
go out with my boyfriend or with my friends. Maybe we go out for an aperitivo or just walk around. I like live music a lot, so we try to meet in clubs, maybe listen to a band playing or something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, let's look at the next slide. And guys, if you do want to comment on what you do at the weekend or who you go out with at the weekend or what you like doing, please drop us a message.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Okay, how often?
Okay, so when we use the phrase how often, Alex, what are we talking about here?
Okay, so we use the question how often when we want to talk about frequency. So that means how often I do something, how frequently I do something.
Okay, and guys, can you think of some words that describe a frequency that you may have learned in some of your focuses or lessons? Okay, you have a comment there?
Yes, we have a comment for Lisa. So Lisa, if you want to answer, please write a comment.
What is the comment? I can't see it.
Lisa, what do you do at the weekend? Very good English, Barbara.
Ah, excellent.
Oh, there's only one small mistake. So what do you do? So remember, when we ask a question, we have to put the auxiliary before the subject. So you do the question word, what, the auxiliary, do, the subject, you, and the base verb, do. In this case, they are the same, but they have different functions, okay? So what do you do?
Perfect. Okay. So we said how often describes frequency, the amount of times you do something, and some frequency words are, Alex?
So we use adverbs, and we can, some adverbs are, for example, always, or the opposite is never.
Perfect. We can also use sometimes, usually. Okay.
Often is an adverb.
Okay, let's have a look at the questions. So, Alex, how often do you eat in restaurants at the weekend?
Um, Not always, because I like to cook. So sometimes I go to eat out in a restaurant.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
have a very one of my favorite restaurants is a fish restaurant that is close to my house. So sometimes at the weekend I go eat there.
Ah, okay. All right. And
And how about you? How often do you eat out in the restaurant?
not very often, um, because of the children.
Well, of
Uh,
course. Do you go to a pizzeria maybe?
yeah, I mean, we do go, uh, but we usually go lunchtimes. For for us, it's easier with children to go lunchtimes than evenings. Often, not so often, but before the lockdown, maybe once, twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
And how about
Okay.
you guys? How often do you eat out in restaurants? Please let us know your answer. Write a comment.
Okay, let's look at the next one. Where? So we're talking about places.
Mm-hmm.
So, where? Now I'm going to use Alex's structure, where she said use the question, word, the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb in the base form, or as you like to say, the infinitive without to. So, where do you go at the weekend, Alex? Here are some examples.
And in the meantime, we have a very good answer by Barbara. I eat out in restaurants often. Very good, because
Lucky you.
you use the adverb often correctly. Or you can put it in the middle. So I often eat out in restaurants with an S. Okay? Very well done. Well, I often go to the city center. I like to go to the park, and I usually go to the park on my bicycle. So I go cycling in the park often.
Okay.
And where do you go at the weekend?
I always go to Esselunga.
Everybody is
I
going to Estelunga these days.
I never go to the gym, as you must probably can tell.
Oh,
Yeah, never go to the gym. I never play sports, and I sometimes, or I could use we sometimes, or often, uh, as I said, go to the park with uh, with my children.
mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look at the last one.
And do you go to
And
shopping centers? I never go to shopping centers.
no, not shopping
I
centers.
prefer
N-
to shop in
n-
small shops and walk
not
around.
often. Yeah, yeah, I'm very lucky where I live. I live near Corso Vercelli.
Oh,
So
nice shopping, of course.
we have a lot of small, very nice shops and a lot of nice restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a nice park. So never shopping centers, never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And when do you go, Alex? When do you go out? Let's have a look. Do you go out on Saturday or Sunday, or the morning, the afternoon, the evening?
So I go out on Saturday mostly. Sometimes I go out on Saturday and on Sunday. And generally, I go out in the evening, or sometimes I just stay out all day. So I have a lot of things to do. I try, like I said, I like to be active. So I try to spend my time outside.
Okay. So you go out in the morning and come back in the evening.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. Perfect.
So, guys, remember the prepositions we said before? So, when, the structure of the question is when plus do, the auxiliary, plus subject, plus verb in the infinitive without to. So let's just write this a second. So we have the question word, for example, when. Then we have the auxiliary, do. Right? Do. Then we have the subject, for example, you. And then we have the verb, in this case, to go, without to. Okay, so as you can see in the comments right here, this is the structure we use to ask questions. And the answer is on Saturday, on Sunday, because I'm talking about a specific day of the week.
And when we talk, when we talk about the time of the day, the period of the day, what do we use, Alex? Do we use on then?
No, we use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay, so prepositions change.
Of course. And also there is one irregular with the times of the day, which is night. We say at night, not
Right.
in the night. It's in the evening, but at night.
Yes.
Okay.
Tricky.
Prepositions are difficult, guys, but don't worry. Slowly, you just need to learn them. You'll get them.
We have a very good question here. When do you do yoga? Actually, I will do yoga this afternoon. So at home in front of my PC, and yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see now.
Yeah, sorry guys, the screens are a little slow. Okay, so we are going to make some questions here. Okay. And the questions can be anything. Okay. All right. Don't worry. It can do with the city. It can do with your friends. So let's just review some of these question words. Okay. Where is for Alex?
Where is for places?
Perfect. Who is for
people?
Okay. And when is for
the time?
Okay. And which question words could we use with favorite thing?
What?
Okay. Perfect. What's your favorite thing? Okay. Okay. So Alex, I'll start. What's your favorite thing to do in? I'll use the example there. What's your favorite thing to do in Milan? It's your city.
Oh boy, this is a big question. My favorite thing to do in Milan is to walk on the Navigli.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, me also.
I like places with water.
Okay. And when do you usually walk in the Navigli?
Well, and normally I would go to the Navigli at the weekend.
Okay. And who do you go to Navili with?
I I go to Navigli with my friends and my boyfriend, with my friends, let's say.
Okay. And I'm trying to keep Navili as the subject.
It's not easy.
With this one, yeah. Where do you like to have an aperitif in Navili? Wow.
I like to have an aperitif. Uh, I like to drink some wine or some beers on the Navili. There are some artisans that make
Yeah.
their own beer, or they sell wine by the bottle. So I like that.
You have many restaurants and bars.
So many places, so
Yeah,
many
very
possibilities.
very nice. Okay, guys, we will have to bring this focus to an end. Sorry. So today we looked at some vocabularies with activities and which verbs we use with the activities. So we looked at the verbs to go, to read, and to watch. So, for example, we use the verb to watch with television, with films, and a synonym of films was movies.
Mm-hmm.
Movies is American, films is British. We looked at the verb to go, where we used it with the verb and ing. So, Barbara likes to go running. And also we use the verb to go with a noun. So we said we go for a walk. And we looked at the verb to read when we talk about magazines and books. And again, another good example from Barbara. She said she likes to read things online. Okay. And then, Alex, we looked at the adverbs.
Yes, so some adverbs of frequency, such as never, always, often, usually, and sometimes.
Perfect. And then Alex reminded us on how we make questions, looked at the grammar on how we make questions with some of these question words which we have in front of us, where we use what we call in our method in the school the quasi structure, where we use the question word, the auxiliary verb, the subject, and the infinitive.
Okay,
So, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your contributions. Don't forget, Mayes are broadcasting webinars from Monday to Saturday.
every hour.
All day, every hour. So you have plenty of opportunities to practice and learn your English. Alex and I hope you have a very nice weekend and
See you
stay
soon.
safe. Okay.
Bye bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice weekend. Ciao.